Avengers! Assemble.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the newest episode of Fandom Unchained. Today, guys, we're going to be diving into another amazing series. Today, we're going to be starting with season number 1 of The Umbrella Academy. All right, guys, so if you guys do not know, this is a superhero-based show from Netflix. It is fantastic. The comics are fantastic. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this show. We're going to recap season 1. Here we go. October 1st, 1989, 43 women around the entire world go into labor without being pregnant at all the beginning of that day. Billionaire Reginald Hargreaves actually goes out and adopts 7 of the children. He would create a superhero team once he discovered each of them had individual powers. He would go public with it, making his children and team very famous, and they would be called the Umbrella Academy. Now, Hargreaves was far from the best father. He actually did not give the children any names. They got numbers associated with their usefulness. But the android mother, Grace, that was there to help raise them, along with Pogo, named them all and gave them all individual identities and love. Number 1, Luther. Now, Luther would actually be a hero with super strength, but eventually would go on to become an astronaut, living on the moon for quite some time, until an accident caused him to have a serum injected by his father, turning the top half of his body into an ape. Number 2, Diego, with telekinetic abilities to be able to curb projectiles such as knives and bullets. Number 3, Allison. Allison would have the ability to say, "I heard a rumor," and whatever she wants, she could control your mind, make you kill yourself, do whatever it takes. Number 4, Klaus, a drug addict that can talk to the dead. Number 5, just number 5, a time traveler. Number 6, Ben, who was able to summon magical tentacles from his body. Number 7, Vanya. Now, Vanya would have no abilities that we would know of off the bat, thought to be completely normal. The children would grow up being celebrities until one time a mission goes bad and their brother Ben is killed. This causes the team to disband and are gone forever until Reginald Hargreaves dies and they all come back together for his funeral. None of them were super upset. They were mostly raised by Pogo and Grace, the android. Regardless of what the coroner report said, the kids knew that there was some kind of conspiracy afoot. 5 appears out of a temporal portal, landing back in his 13-year-old body when he disappeared. 5 explains to the rest of his family when he disappeared, he went into the future of an apocalyptic wasteland, lived there for 40 years, is now 58 years old, and the apocalypse takes place in 8 days. Let's fix it. Before leaving the future, 5 discovers a prosthetic eye, which he knows belongs to the person responsible for the apocalypse. 5 is also being chased through time by Cha-Cha and Hazel, 2 assassins from the future that work for the Commission. They are chasing him down because there's an apocalypse about to happen, and 5 knows how to stop it, and he cannot be allowed to do so. 5 is at a donut shop. A bunch of Commission agents show up with guns. 5 quickly kills every single one of them like a little tiny badass. Hazel and Cha-Cha investigate the donut shop. Hazel gets a little shine to one of the waitresses, and they get pointed in the directions of the Hargrave Academy. This conversation leads Cha-Cha and Hazel to taking shots at all of the siblings of the Hargraves. No one died, but their mission was a success. They took Klaus as a hostage. Diego's former partner, Patch, aka his Gordon to the Batman of Diego. She's investigating the donut shop killings and eventually leads her to Hazel and Cha-Cha, where she discovers Klaus and saves him, only to be killed by Cha-Cha. Klaus is able to escape, but he also takes a briefcase with him belonging to the Commission member. Once on the bus, Klaus opens the briefcase. It's a time-traveling device and sends him back to Vietnam, where he meets and falls in love with another soldier named Dave. This would lead to Klaus ultimately watching his love die in his arms during Vietnam, only to use the case again to come back to the present, destroying it. 5 has a sit-down with his brothers and explains the whole story. 5 explains to him that he went into a futuristic apocalyptic world, and he lived there for a long time by himself. In this wasteland, everyone was dead, including everyone in the academy. He does reveal that he was there alone for 40 years and only had company of the Dolores, the beautiful mannequin he started dating. If I was fucking alone for that long, I'd go crazy as shit too. After a long time, the handler showed up and did recruit him to join the Commission, where he did special ops assassinations for them for years, taking out big name targets throughout history. 5 had an ulterior motive the entire time. He was trying to find information about the apocalypse and a way to stop it. Once he did, he returned to his family, but was trapped in his 13-year-old body. The handler then comes to Five in an open area and asks him to rejoin the commission. In return, his family will be safe. That's all he wants. Five heads back to the commission and intercepts a message meant for Cha-Cha and Hazel, telling them they need to protect Harold Jenkins. Five takes this information, returns home to his siblings, and explains what just happened. They have to come together to stop the apocalypse. Klaus uses his powers to talk to dead Reginald, daddy, and he explains that he had actually set up the entire thing and his murder just to make sure the Umbrella Academy came back together to do this. Five reveals Harold Jenkins is the target to his family. Then we get to see that Vanya has taken a violin student. His name is Leonard. After a while, Vanya and him start to become pretty close. He encourages her to go for the first chair position in her orchestra. She does, and she gets it. She is on cloud 9. But little does she know, little Leonard over here actually killed the woman in the first chair seat to make room for Vanya. Vanya, on top of the world, decides to stop taking her pills that Reginald has had her taking, and her powers start to emerge. She has not been powerless. She was deemed depowered. Now, her powers are to control sound. I know it doesn't sound that crazy, but it has limitless possibilities. She finds one of Reginald's journals, and she discovers that her dad thought she was too powerful and her powers needed to be controlled. Over the years, Vanya, whenever she threw tantrums, would kill the nannies. That's why Grace, Mom, was created. Vanya and Leonard are attacked by some assholes in a parking lot, this causing Vanya to lose control of her powers, blasting everyone, killing the bad guys, but also taking Leonard's right eye. Damn, that prosthetic eye is making sense now. The rest of the Academy then discovers that Leonard is Harold Jenkins. Yes, Vanya's little boy toy is the target. We find out that Leonard Jenkins was born to a normal family and a normal pregnancy on October 1st, 1989. He was obsessed with the Umbrella Academy growing up, even making himself in a costume and approaching their father and trying to get him to join the Umbrella Academy. Cute, but Reginald is a piece of shit and told him to get the fuck out of here, leading to Leonard now trying to push Vanya and turn her against her brothers and sisters. Allison shows up and tells her what the hell's going on, that Harold Jenkins is a dangerous guy. Vanya is so pissed she doesn't want to hear it, but then Allison reveals that when they were kids, Reginald actually had her use her powers on Vanya to make her think that she was normal, to make her think she had no powers, to control her. This pisses Vanya off. Vanya explodes with power and slices her sister's neck open. Then Leonard grabs her and they get the fuck out of there while Allison is left to die and bleed out on the floor. Vanya, destroyed over what she did to her sister and everything that's going on, and confronts Leonard about the fucking journal and that he's using it against her. She flips the fuck out when he reveals he is, and she ends up killing his ass in the process. The rest of the Hargraves arrive and save Allison's life, but unfortunately she does lose the ability to speak. Five shows up, sees Leonard's body, puts the eye in the head. Oh shit, look at this is who causes the apocalypse. Apocalypse prevented. Vanya shows up back at home, tries to apologize for what the fuck happened. Luther is pissed and will not have it. Bear hugs her, puts her in a fucking tank to hold her ass. Goddamn. Vanya, feeling destroyed and betrayed by her family, she uses her powers to bust out of this son of a bitch, comes through the rest of the mansion, wrecking the goddamn house as she rolls. We even see her make her way to Pogo and ask him if he knew about this shit, and he did, so she flips the fuck out, uses her powers, throws him across the room, and kills Pogo. God damn it, Vanya. Grace is also left inside to die. During the collapse, Klaus is actually able to manifest Ben into the real world instead of just seeing him to help save Diego's life. Five realizes the mistake that he has made and realizes that Vanya is the one that causes the apocalypse, not Harold Jenkins. The handler orders Hazel and Cha-Cha to protect Vanya. Hazel has a shitty feeling about it, wants the fuck out, goes and disappears with his pretty donut shop waitress after he betrays Cha-Cha. Family then shows up at Vanya's solo, and she's already playing, starting to cause fucking issues and the end of the world. They all want to get in there. The boys want to kill her. Allison wants to protect her. So the boys start attacking. They all get caught the fuck up. Allison goes behind her and puts a gun to the back of her head and holds her at gunpoint to let her fucking siblings go. But Allison can't shoot her and shoots off to the side of her head, causing Vanya to drop her brothers who she'd been draining energy from and blast the energy out of this place into the fucking moon, causing the apocalypse, guys. The moon crashes to the earth. Shit is going down. 5 then tells his siblings, I can teleport us to the fucking past. We could try to fix this shit again. It's gonna take all my abilities, but I can do it. Everyone grouped together. They all do, and they get teleported to the fucking past right as pieces of the moon crash to Earth, destroying everything. Guys, I have to say, Umbrella Academy Season 1 was fucking fantastic. I watched this in a straight run, mob through the whole thing. I loved it so much. These characters are fantastic. I love the evolution of Vanya, probably the most in the first season. Obviously, we got to see some really cool stuff with Klaus. He got to deal with some crazy shit, go back in time and experience Vietnam, lose a love. I mean, Luther, honestly, is the flattest of all of them, but he's also the big dummy. So it works out. I like Allison a lot, and I think she's got a very deep thought process where it comes to her family, but she's also got a convoluted sense of self-worth. I don't know. Personally, she's not my favorite. She's a gangster, though. I love her ability. It's so fucking cool. 5 is probably my favorite, all in all. I mean, I really like number 2. Diego's cool, but 5 is a fucking gangster. All right, guys, let me know what you guys thought about season number 1 of the Umbrella Academy. Have you watched this show? Are you interested in checking it out after seeing this video? Let me know your thoughts on my video and the first season down in the comments down below. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with all the videos we put out every week. And I will see you next time right here on Fandom Unchained for more Umbrella Academy. All right, guys. Peace out.